So I got Melvin, and I'm here with another do not subscribe to DC Universe Online. These videos would absolutely continue as long as Mepps is in communications, due to the fact that harassment will continue, exploits will continue in this game as long as Mepps is communications, because he's not doing the proper things as communications. He's worried about other things instead of what he's supposed to be worried about. So due to that fact, until Daybreak Games gets rid of Mepps from communications, you will never make efficient money to sustain the server. However, if you realize that the reason why Sony was unfortunate for Sony, they were forced to sell due to certain people that had certain positions, and I can guarantee you that Mepps is one of the reasons why Sony failed. So once you get rid of Sony's failure, Mepps, out of your forum, you will see success, because he's not doing his job. And if you could think of it and see it that way, as some people sometimes don't need to be in a position that they're in, and Sony would not give up. That's Sony trash in there. You get that guy out of there, and you start to see success financially. You'll see success, a net gross in income. Like you'll see an increase in gross. Can't even talk at so much happiness, that the feeling of saying fire Mepps, terminate Mepps feels so good. It is something that, believe me, when it's done, you will bear fruit from that. You will see the difference, how big of a difference it'll make in the game. You'll see it. You'll definitely see it. That's all I have to say. You get rid of Mepps, you'll see. You'll see. You see how much money you make. And this week, as I said, you know, as long as I continue knowing that Daybreak Games is watching these videos, I'm gonna continue making them. Tomorrow, expect a video on how much money that Sony lost due to Mepps, and how much money you're gonna gain over firing Mepps, just off PvP alone. Not even talk about PvE. Just off PvP alone. But I'll get to PvE. But since PvP season's coming out soon, and I want you to make the right amount of money that you're supposed to make, you know, if the right person was in communications, that people would be able to know that, oh yes, the advertisement would be right. They would be able to know that, yes, it's worth investing in this and investing in that. However, communications is awful. The person you have in communications is not out for the company, you know, and the people too. He's just more out for himself, and that's the problem. And that's the problem. And you will see how effective his termination will be to your company, and I'm going to show you. Like, comment, and subscribe.